Back to our headlines now. The son of convicted Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman appeared in a Chicago courtroom today.
Joaquin Guzman Lopez was arrested in Texas last week, along with the head of the Sinaloa cartel. WGN's Andrea Medina attended today's hearing and has more on exactly what happened, Andrea.
Yeah, Lourdes and Ray, the specifics surrounding the arrest of Joaquin Guzman Lopez and the other drug cartel leader were not addressed in court. Joaquin waived his right to a detention hearing and will stay in custody until his trial.
I'm here to help the man, fight the case, get him the best possible result.
New York-based attorney Jeffrey Lichtman is in Chicago commenting after a court hearing on Tuesday involving his client Joaquin Guzman Lopez, who is facing federal drug trafficking charges. Lichtman has represented Joaquin's family, which includes his father, the notorious Mexican drug lord known as El Chapo, and his brother Ovidio.
I like him already. I mean, he's somebody that I can relate to, just as I related to the father, just as I related to Ovidio. I'm happy to represent them, and I'm proud to represent them.
Security was heightened both inside and around the Dirksen Federal Building as Joaquin made his first court appearance. He faces a 5-count indictment in Chicago, which includes charges of drug trafficking, money laundering, among other offenses. Joaquin's accused of participating in a large-scale drug conspiracy following his father's arrest years earlier. Joaquin, escorted by U.S. Marshals, appeared in court wearing an orange jumpsuit and was not handcuffed. The hearing was brief, mainly answering the U.S. District Judge's questions about his health and ability to understand the proceedings. Joaquin declined an interpreter, stating he's fluent in English. When asked about how he pleaded to the indictment, he responded with a straightforward, "Not guilty, Your Honor."
Joaquin is highly intelligent. He understands what he's facing. He understands all of this.
No details were provided about Joaquin's arrest in El Paso, Texas last week. He was taken into custody by U.S. authorities along with Ismael El Mayo Zambada. El Mayo is a longtime cartel leader who worked closely with El Chapo.
Mayo is obviously, he's doing his thing. He's managed to stay clear of a jail cell for 50 years.
According to the Associated Press, El Mayo's attorney claims that Joaquin kidnapped and deceived him, taking him to the U.S. on a private plane. But Joaquin's attorney has disputed those allegations and also added that no deal was made with federal prosecutors.
There has never been an agreement with the government with Joaquin Guzman Lopez.
The mysterious capture of both Joaquin and El Mayo has sparked speculation about how it occurred, but Lichtman suggests that only time will reveal the truth.
There's a few people that know what happened, I suppose, and eventually it'll come out. It just may not come out today.
Now, Joaquin's attorney pointed out with no extradition agreement between the U.S. and Mexican governments, he could face a death penalty on one of the charges. Joaquin's next court date is set for September 30th. Lourdes.
All right, Andrea, thank you for that update.